So, hey guys, this is most likely just gonna be, uh, my voice on a flat screen. I'm currently in the kitchen making food because it's almost 3 in the afternoon, I think. Yeah, it's almost 3. And, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything today, except for coffee, and that's not really food, that's a drink. So, yeah. Really, Delphi, I just let you out. Now you want back in. Make up your mind, cat. But, yeah. So, a funny thing happened. I posted my review of the first update of Conway on the Itch.io page, along with the video, and the creator actually responded with some acknowledgement that it might go downhill and it might not, but the fact that they're actually admitting that is really cool. I just hope I'm able to at least provide some insight into how to make it better for them. But yeah, this is just rambling nonsense right now. I was thinking about this earlier, and I'm really into philosophy and literature, and I think about these ideas a lot, and I think about how I can apply certain philosophical ideas to my own life, and it gets to the point where sometimes I end up really hurting myself in terms of my mental stability. And it's always really interesting to me why I do that in the first place. It just, like, it's fun, I enjoy it sometimes, but other times I legitimately end up having fucking like genuine moments of distress over these ideas. Yeah. One that comes to mind in particular is definitely when I was learning about Descartes' ideas and Descartes' demon and all that, and just the brain in a box and stuff like that in particular. I know it just really got under my skin in a way that a lot hasn't really. Like, I've noticed recently that when I try to watch horror media just to feel that thrill of being genuinely scared, I can hardly find it anymore. Like, I watched Rec last night, the original Spanish version. Well, not last night, but a few nights ago. And it's supposedly one of the scariest movies in some people's handbooks, and I just watched it. And it was intense, but it wasn't scary. Even the ending, which people say is really, really scary to them, I just didn't get it. Like, yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. Just because a horror movie isn't bad doesn't mean isn't scary, doesn't mean it's a bad movie. But, I wasn't steered by it, which is weird to me. Because I remember a time when any horror movie would get under my skin, no matter how bad it was. So it's interesting to see that. Another thing that I tried to like get into, but I just I like it, but I just don't see the scary appeal to it. Is Junji Ito's manga. Like I heard it was so scary and so spooky, and I read Uzumaki, and I was just like, okay, yeah, the art's really cool here, and this is a decent idea, and is really doing it well. But I was never scared reading it. I was never just like, I was never even really disgusted, which really shocked me because a lot of the art in there is really fucking good and really great at bringing out that grossness factor. I just didn't really find it that gross, which is weird to me. It's also really strange how the things that seem to scare me the most nowadays are, funnily enough, like, Burroughs at times gets under my skin because of some of the horror moments, but it's not as bad as it used to be. I remember Echo when I first started playing it gave me genuine nightmares, which is what isn't surprising for 16-year-old me, but still. Yes, I first played Echo when I was 16. I probably shouldn't have done that because it fucked me up real bad, but hey, introduced me to amazing visual novels, so there's a trade-off and there's an addition there. But I'm a horror writer, right? I'm a writer, and I write a lot of different things. And because I've been a horror buff for so fucking long, I think the first, like, horror-oriented book I read was when I was in second grade. And that was, The Haunted Mask 2. Yeah, the first horror-adjacent book I read was a fucking Goosebumps book when I was in second grade. Imagine that. And that one didn't really, I mean, I don't even remember how I reacted to it, to be honest. I just remember the cover. I couldn't look at the cover for too long. And then after that, it was the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark books, which if you were born in the early 2000s, like the 90s, early 2000s, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those fucking illustrations before they changed them were so well done. Like, what was this? Stephen Gammelhiam really makes use of this art trick called trompe-l'oeil, which makes two-dimensional drawings pop out and appear to be three-dimensional. It's really interesting how he does that. But I remember reading that when I was in second grade and just being utterly fucking horrified. Not so much for any, like, monster popping out or anything, but just, like, the topics that book series covered were, holy shit, they were dark. Like, oh yes, by the way, you're going to die one day and your body is going to be eaten by insects. Did you know that, little kid? Did you know that, child reading this book? Yeah, her song is definitely interesting. But yeah, I don't know. Wow, I'm just rambling, really. This isn't really a structured thing. I'm just rambling whatever I want. I'm making mac and cheese currently. And, I like mac and cheese. It's good, but, you know, I don't know which I prefer, the store-bought kind or the one I can just make in the house by myself. Which all you need to do that is just cheese, butter, milk, and pasta, and that's it. You just melt the cheese, and it basically becomes mac and cheese. I also make popcorn by hand. I don't really do the store-bought. I mean, yeah, obviously I have to buy the fucking kernels, but other than that, I just use the kernels and I pop them myself and flavor them myself. Because that way the flavoring coats the popcorn way more than it would if I just got it at the fucking store. I don't even know if that makes sense, but it's what I do. The weather outside is looking like it's gonna rain pretty soon, which that'll be cool. I like rain. Why is this door open? But yeah. And tomorrow our dog Oliver turns 14, which he's been with us since I was 6 years old, I think. It's probably right. 21 minus 14, yeah, that's 6, I think. But that was when we were still living in Whitewater House, which that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, he's an old geezer dog. He's definitely old. He looks old. This looks really, this looks like it's ready, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to talk and make some conversation, that's all. Just rambling on about stuff and other things and all that sort of stuff, you know? Just ramble, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, if you're wondering about why my voice sounds weird, it's because my throat is still sore. I don't know why. It's been like this for 2 days now, and I don't really understand what happened. I'm not sick. I don't feel sick. My nose isn't running or anything. It's just my throat. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. Yep. Yep, indeed. Spring cannot get here fast enough. Weird thing is that it feels like it's fucking spring already in the middle of February. Middle of February, and it gets up and it got into the 70s yesterday, which, that's pretty typical for Georgia, to be honest, but still not usually in February. That usually happens in mid-spring. Kind of makes sense considering this Christmas, the temperature was in the single digits, which is extremely rare for Georgia. Oh boy. I don't know, man. It's just a lot, really. It's just a lot. I think it's ready, to be honest. But you're gonna hear the water and all that splosh all over. Well, that's not good. That's a lot of water that just got all over the fucking stove top. Oh well, what are you gonna do? So yeah, now I can add the butter. Add the butter and the milk and the cheese. This calls for a stick of butter, which I've already cut up. And it goes. And it also calls for half a cup of milk. So 2 of these will be good. Yes, sirree, 2 of these will be good. Fantastic. But yeah, I need to get a job is what I need to get. Because then I will have my own money and I'll be able to save it up and shit and whatever, but I just don't know how to do that, to be honest. I've been trying to apply for one for a very long time now, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I never hear anything back, so I guess people just don't like me or something. That's a really fucking shitty way to say that, but whatever. That's not at all why they're not responding, and you know it. But yeah, one positive thing that's been going on is that, boyfriend Ezra is really nice, and I like talking to him, and he's really fucking cute and shit. And, one of these days, next time I go up to Michigan, we're definitely meeting up. There's no fucking way I'm letting that chance pass by again. I don't know where, but it's gonna happen. Looks like it's all melted. Good, now I can add the cheese. Are there really no scissors? Why does my back hurt now? There's like an ache in my middle back area. That's where you are. They're in my room for some reason. I still don't know how to feel about this house. And like the way it's set up is interesting. And I've been living here since fucking 2019. Back when it was a fucking trash heap of a house, now it looks so much better. Wish I had fucking pictures of how it looked so I could show, but I don't have any pictures of that house, of what it looked like. And I've tried looking online to see if there are any of how it looked before we got it, and nope. None I can find online. Stir, 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 stir. Sounds like I'm saying stir, like in the fucking streamer. Good lord. Oh boy. Needs to stop crawling up the sides like that. But yeah, it's all mixed up now. All the cheese and shit. Oh man, that looks tasty. And time to get myself a bowl. It's amazing what happens when you're able to follow basic cooking instructions, right? But yeah, it's been an interesting day so far. I finished writing this one story of mine that I've been working on for a bit. So that's neat. I'm not publishing it anywhere because I don't publish my stories. They're just for my own personal gratification. To know that I still have the talent to write good stories, really. Plus, it's just fun. If anything, I want to get a job in the voice acting field. And that's what I'm really trying to do with this channel is, get a portfolio going so that when I actually do get into the fucking voice acting field, I'll have a lot of stuff for them to look at. I still think the best performance I gave was at the end of TJ's route. So if there's any new people here that haven't seen that video, you can find it by looking through my playlists. It's like the Echo TJ playlist. Even though that's not my favorite route, it's definitely Flynn. Flynn's is my favorite route. Why would you set your alarm for fucking 3? She's so weird. Then again, I'm not exactly the most normal person either. I'm far from the most normal person you'd ever meet. Who among us can say that they're completely normal? And that is a genuine question because I don't think anyone can say they're normal. And besides, who would want to be normal? That's boring as fuck. Imagine wanting to live a normal life in this society. Fuck no, that's boring. Like, yeah, it's nice and stable and shit, but fuck that. My normal card is gone. Like, I am not normal, and no one is. And if anyone says they are, they're a fucking liar. So yeah, on that note, I think I'll end this little rambly nonsense video. Pretty long. I mean, 25 minutes, 24 minutes really isn't that long by my channel standards, but you know. What can you do? I guess I'll see you later. Bye-bye.